Hey guys, I found this like new treat I'm trying out. They're called cyanide pills, and they're
Oh, I've had those.
Almondy.
Yeah.
I'm very upset.
they
Ha-
smell like they're almond flavored, at least almond scented.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
I was
Yeah.
in an accident.
I didn't.
Oh. If only we were playing a
Dropkick
Shay.
Murphys are live streaming right now. Listen to them.
Yeah, I'm kind of competing with Dropkick Murphys on Twitch right now, which is a little rough.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
What's more British than being Irish?
Whereas you're gonna get your ass kicked by Ireland now.
I was going to introduce the stream in an Irish accent.
This is
and
the
I forgot.
perfect time to talk shit about people who aren't in your immediate vicinity because they can't leave their homes.
Happy Quarantine Day, everybody.
Woo!
Day.
Whatever day it is of quarantine, it's happy that day.
Yeah, I think the governor in Massachusetts at least ordered like all the restaurants closed for only like takeout delivery now.
Yeah, we got that going on.
But I've been on I guess lockdown since Friday afternoon.
It's rough out there. Everybody wash your hands. In any event, we're picking up again with Lydia Fry, who is wearing green, as a matter of fact. Because it's because it's World War One. We're on top of a tank.
She's a spy. Like everybody else is a spy.
She wears green because military or something.
She wears green because of the rationing.
All the other colors have been rationed.
Yeah.
All they have is green fabric. She have to make
Not
her...
the fabric, the color itself.
Oh, of course.
We're
As
just
you can
out
see,
of
we've already
green.
depleted our blue reserves.
You know, you say that as a joke, but like, that's kind of a thing. Like actual colors and like pigments, if you're like into that kind of science, are actually that. Like certain colors are manufactured from certain sources, and if there is a shortage of that source, those colors don't exist anymore.
Of course, it's not as bad as it was during the last great console war, in which we were only living with brown and gray.
That's incredibly true.
I hope you like my new office, Miss Fry. As
Hello,
you can see, my
Winston Churchill.
informants have found some promising
There he is.
evidence of spy activity has surfaced around the field hospital, St. Catherine's Docks, and the Tower of London. I need
I look
to remind
around,
you how
you know,
crucial it
screen
is
and
that we put a stop to
Still got
these
colors, but we're
infiltrators.
running real low on saturation.
A little bit. Alright, we got some missions to do. We've got Man with Beard, Blimp, House, and Man with Beard.
Man with beard.
Yeah, let's do Man with Beard. The Blimp mission is just to get money, which at this point, I don't even really know what that gets us, other than just buying supplies.
Huh. Is there, like, does money you get here in the future carry back to Victorian times?
I don't know. I would think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's one counter.
Lord Drops has arrived. Hello.
Alright, we have a challenger there. Who should meet them?
Ah.
I feel pretty confident I can kill B-drops.
Sounds like they'll level it up if their lord drops now.
Yeah.
Where's how are you feeling on for a fight?
Against B? Oh,
Yeah.
down. Always. Literally every second of the day.
Didn't we do
Alright,
this,
take this
last
cursed
time?
sword and strike them down.
Probably.
The time has finally come.
Miss
What
Fry,
seems be it's
I
on
believe I'm
site.
quite getting the hang of this
24/7.
espionage business. This one should be of particular interest.
You can
to
try and destroy me,
One of
B.
the spies currently detained
I'm
at
an
the tower
assassin.
has been making some
think I made
rather
words
fanciful
immortal.
claims about a brotherhood of assassins.
I might be
no less.
immortal already.
You may want to silence him
I would
before
believe
he
it.
causes you and your associates undue trouble. Consider it my gift.
Ever since we made you swallow the orb, pretty sure you can't die.
I like this book stand.
If you just swallow a piece of Eden, it's really hard to kill you.
That's just,
What if like when Vendra got like the robe, he was just like the shroud just like this could be pulled off and he just swallowed it whole.
I want to follow Winston and see where he goes.
Oh, stop me, Fox, man! I'm invincible.
What if Winston
Winston
Churchill
Churchill.
got the shroud?
Can you shoot Winston Churchill?
No. No, I can't.
Damn it.
Oh.
Just really fuck up the flow of history. They should let you and just immediately
Well, if we
desync.
just killed Winston Churchill right here in the game's one, like nothing happened.
He just goes into NPC mode, like all the other people.
Just want to shoot Winston Churchill. Why is that so hard?
Sorry.
What the fuck is pointing all those world leaders in your games? You can't fucking kill them.
You got a lot of health, mister.
Sorry, buddy.
My bad.
I hope you were a traitor.
Say it again, they're so immersive nowadays, but they don't even let us kill Winston Churchill.
It's true. There are also children in the game that I'm pretty sure we are also not allowed to murder. So, you know,
Oh,
immersion broken. Need my emergent gameplay.
yeah. Emergent
Oh,
game that can only
dear.
result from killing children.
Something awful is happening with this man's face.
Oh no.
Oh,
My
okay.
God.
Oh, okay. It was just a
It's
glitch in
okay.
the animus.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's always a glitch in the Animus.
The blood is
Murdered
fresh.
guard.
He must still be nearby.
I just stepped out of the room for a second, and I got handed a piece of paper. My credit score is now 879, and I don't know what I've done to do that.
I wouldn't complain.
Ooh, he even a piece of paper.
All right.
Somebody's walking by my room. I don't know when it came in the mail, but it
Lock door,
good
lock
credit.
door.
Did it.
Wait, haven't I been in this house already?
Probably.
I have, because I unlocked that door and there was a man there.
Was it in the future or in the past?
No, it was in the past. It was the last stream.
You know what I forget about this mode? There are no children here, right?
Nope.
That's right. Children don't exist during wartime.
They all
I mean-
grew up.
No,
Got sent to
well,
the
words.
front.
This is like in the future now, so they've all grown up.
Oh,
But where did the new children come?
sorry,
The
buddy.
what now?
When an assassin and a Templar love each other very much.
One of them dies, right? I know this.
Normally.
Rip, what's her name from Unity?
Altair and Maria didn't kill each other.
That we know of.
Forgot I can't change my weapons.
No, right? She got words. They didn't kill each other, but she did die, though, right? She got killed by what's his name?
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
But there's
So
like
they
a whole
fucking dies.
there's a whole cutscene about her and the Altair boning, and the children has to
Yeah, and then she died.
immediately.
Okay.
Basically.
I just wanted that chest. Now we can go. Excuse me. Oh, hello.
I've been thinking about this game a lot the past like week or so, and I've always, man, can you guys imagine if the Assassin Templar thing was happening today? I would.
Isn't?
Well, I would just be so chuffed to like, because these games show me one thing. They show me the Assassins and Templars are not sneaky, so it would be really goofy to see like you're watching the news or something. You see somebody on the rooftop, and they jump off, and nobody reacts because it's just a commonplace.
I mean, yeah. He doesn't want to hurt me, whoever I am.
But he does want to serve up his tooth explosion.
That man's running. That seems suspicious.
Yeah, all the kids have formed their own Lord of the Flies colony in the sewers beneath London.
Oh. Sorry. I feel really bad about killing all these soldiers. I wish maybe we were in like some other part of the war that didn't involve just other soldiers. Like our friendly soldiers. That seems a little bit weird, if you were to ask me.
As weird as it may seem, it's the only way.
And I guess, like, if they're trying to, like, hammer home that, like, the Assassin Templar conflict is, you know, like, happening, you know, not quite in line with,
Come on.
or to them it supersedes any
There we go.
other wars. I guess it makes sense, but it does kind of feels like, especially since Winston Churchill is the one giving us our missions.
Good job.
Why is he so chill about this?
Winston? Because he's a historical figure, so he's calm about everything.
Wasn't Winston Churchill always kind of chill about stuff?
Well, he's a stereotypical British guy, so all he knows is stubborn anger.
And cigars.
It's true. Also, that was the Tower of London, which was that in the old London?
I don't think so.
I don't know when it was built.
Don't let her get away. She immediately gets away.
Anger, cigars, and imperialism.
Welcome steady stream.
I give World War I 1 star.
All right,
Yeah,
everybody.
pretty shitty war. I heard the sequel is better though.
I once loathed the very sight of your kind, in the same way you recoil in the presence of an arachnid.
How do you know?
Humans were created by we who came before.
Not afraid of
the East.
spiders.
We crafted you in our image.
Is that the first time that we've heard them referred to as the Isu?
Not the first time, but it is like probably the one that most people have heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was the first time?
During Assassin's Creed 3.
We blessed you with resilience, but cursed you with
I guess.
ambition.
It's the one that nobody
And so
cared
you
about.
rebelled against us.
It makes
I
sense.
suppose we are to blame
Checks out.
for the state of your species. Is it any wonder so many of these simulations revolve around violence?
No, it's because that's all these games are.
How come you always appear over the London Bridge?
Why isn't this a dating sim?
Because who would you date?
Juno, come back. I have more
Look at all
questions.
these historical figures around here, Wordsy.
I refuse to date Winston Churchill, and
Okay, what if Winston Churchill?
Hey,
was
want
an
to
animated
test the theory of evolution of Charles Darwin?
I'll date Charles Darwin. That's fine. P.O., to answer your question, if Winston Churchill was an anime babe, I don't know if I could get past the just thick clouds of smoke.
That's thick with 2 C's.
Gotta date hot anime Winston Churchill. Next time we play Channel A, one of my pitches is gonna be anime Winston Churchill.
Also, I had forgotten I had muted PO when he was eating chili, so...
Just ignoring PO this whole time.
Yeah.
Oh. Trying to eat very quietly.
Okay, I feel a lot better about murdering these people.
Okay, bounce it on. I'm gonna mute Zara for a bit now.
Alright.
Notice that Dice
And,
did not say he was unmuting.
Sounds like someone's getting muted, Wordsy.
Ah, it's fine. I can hear you on the stream and respond accordingly.
See, these guys are
Wordsy, no,
clearly...
Wordsy, I'm the one who's muting you, so you can't hear me.
I can hear you on the stream.
No, I can't hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, you can hear me on the stream.
I have the stream muted, so I don't hear my own voice.
Fair enough.
Also, how could you do that? How could you talk with, like, everything being repeated, like, half a second later? Like, that would break my brain.
I do it all the time.
I think I tried that once and just could not complete a thought because it was just, like, going in circles.
There, when I found out about like the app that does that, I immediately downloaded it, and I spent like multiple months just kind of doing that in my room for a while.
Wait, is that dynamite? Heck yes, it
Dynamite.
is.
Dynamite!
Pretty sure that only killed one guy.
They might have got to.
It attracted others.
Oh yeah, everybody's going to check that out.
Get him, boys.
Headaches in like 10 minutes flat. Yeah, it's not easy for sure. It's distracting, but if you, I guess I practiced.
So grocery stores are slowly starting to restock everything.
There's no bacon.
Wait.
Oh,
I
that
need
bacon
to
was one of the last things that like they had there. They ran out on my end. Then it could be like a dietary thing because I'm in New England, you're in Texas.
Yep. There's no bacon and definitely no eggs. All the eggs are gone.
They stocked up on eggs yesterday, so I bought a 12 pack.
It's not 80 cents.
Or the typical dozen egg thing.
Oh,
Luckily, these days I don't need to buy eggs because my mom has extra from the hens. Didn't get any last week though, but I still got surplus from the last delivery.
Just worried about the boomers freaking out again, buying everything. Still that chicken though.
Nice.
They do have rotisserie. No, they're out of chicken.
Oh,
They still,
Nice.
they do though have rotisserie chicken, so I could like buy one of those tomorrow and make some enchiladas.
Delicious.
mm.
But yeah, I haven't had a headache in 20 years. I'm sturdy. I can't not be sturdy.
Have you had brain freeze?
Nope.
Where did you drink milkshake really quickly?
I don't think I've ever had a milkshake.
What? Where
I've
did they
had-
come over here and eat a milkshake?
Why did you need to go to Washington and drink a milkshake?
So I can watch them do it to verify.
I just so angry. You see?
Where's the post a TikTok of you drinking a milkshake?
do it. That's what all the kids are doing these days.
Also, I think B might be mad at you again.
I listen. I can't
Like-
help it.
Wow.
It's. Do you do dairy? Like in general? I know you don't do cheese.
I do. I eat ice cream constantly. It's delicious.
Okay, well, milkshake is like ice cream.
Mm.
Where's
It's
if you
just thin enough, but not watery, to where you can drink it through a straw.
Words you should drink a milkshake with a cheeseburger. Or do you like cheeseburgers?
I've never eaten a cheeseburger.
How about a hamburger?
I've had a lot of hamburgers.
Okay, then if you get a hamburger,
Mhm.
get it with a milkshake. Also, side note, I honestly consider cheeseburgers cheeseburgers to be the true burger.
That's fair.
Because why would you not have a burger with cheese?
What if I would just get a burger and shake?
Oh, I thought that place had a completely different name until I read it closer.
Welcome to Bad Rockers.
Bedrock.
Gotta blow up equipment.
I thought it was fuck rockers at first.
It's us. Here at Fuck Rockers.
Dang it.
Also, I want to make these enchiladas that I found last week for. But I'll post in the Discord thing, but not in chat because screw you, chat.
Enchiladas
Right.
speciales Cuba style.
Isn't that just because it's served bison and ostrich? I don't know. And now I will find out while this piece of equipment blows up. Wow.
Looks like it's just enchiladas with like a poblano, spinach, milk, chicken broth sauce.
I've eaten buffalo once. It was at Mount Rushmore.
I've had bison before. It's pretty
I
good.
think I might have, but I can't remember if I had. Might have had a bison burger at one point. Who knows?
Kobe, buffalo, elk, lamb, ostrich, or boar.
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 Also,
I've eaten
the
snake.
demon's trying to escape from my raider, which isn't even fucking on right now. It's been over 2 weeks. This landlord has not fixed it.
want to
Yeah.
part because it's actually clean.
Dice lives in Silent Hill. It's tragic.
Look at the radiator, it's not even on.
What's the
I can
part
just
that's actually there?
Touch it and it's cold. I had Chinese food tonight.
Nice.
Got some barbecue pork buns and a dinner combo with lobster sauce and
As our people clash,
chicken fingers, but they're
waiting
really just sweet and
distracted by
sour.
an impending doom.
Sweet and
A
sour chicken
coronal
without
mass
fingers, sweet and sour
ejection from our
sauce.
angry sun.
I made
The
sushi.
greatest
Don't worry,
minds of
don't
our
worry.
time
I dipped it in
assembled
the
to
duck
prevent
sauce that
the
came
coming
through.
disaster. Among them,
I've got chili for
Right,
actual
Minerva.
dinner, but for a late
Proud
lunch, I had a
Jupiter.
burger and a shake.
beloved Aita.
Tomorrow I can actually make dinner because I have enough.
We spent
Ingredients
years
to make
locked
bean-
away in the
red
Grand
beans
Temple,
and rice,
attempting to find
Which,
salvation.
contrary to the name, is not just
The
beans and
others
rice.
could
It also
only think
has
of
like
physical
it has green
solutions.
bell pepper,
Yet I believed
celery,
the only way to save us
and a dual
was to transform us.
that's Cajun sausage.
Inspired by the research of the great scientist Consus, I attempted to place Aita's mind into a stronger synthetic body.
This is the plot that
I
we're going
failed.
with for.
And my beloved died in my
I don't know
arms.
you, but I love it when major
The
plot
others
details are in
shunned
DLCs.
me.
This isn't
This is
DLC.
not- This is just part of the game.
Yep.
Oh, what?
It looks and acts a lot like DLC, but it's not.
It's really weird.
It's like
pretty
reverse DLC. It was with the original game, but it has nothing to do with the main plot.
So just in
I-
case. Oh god, sorry.
I find it kind of bad when like the main plot's completely unrelated to the plot of the game, but you do you, Ubisoft.
Wait, what's unrelated?
This seems to actually be relevant to like things that are going on, whereas the entire London sub thing was kind of like, eh.
It was.
Well, I mean, it was about the shroud is tied in with the modern day plot,
Yeah, we just needed the steps to get to the shroud.
which
it,
was then taken from us.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like you could have just had what's her name yelling at us during that too.
you certainly could have. But for people who watch these, Aita was, like Juno said, her former lover who she was trying to keep alive, and she kept essentially cloning him and putting him in new bodies. And now he gets reborn constantly. He's reincarnated like every time he dies. And in the future plot, which we've already found out, there are people who are working alongside Juno, who lives in the internet, to help bring her back alongside of him. He was the Dread Pirate Roberts in 4.
Sure was. Is it doing their evil laugh?
Okay, so that's the sages.
Those are the
Yes.
stages, yes.
Okay.
Whoa. Oh.
Hello. You're dead.
What?
He climbed up.
Oh wow.
She is spry in that dress.
She's got free running skeleton.
Get back here.
It's one of my favorite things about these games.
Sorry, lady, I gotta kill you.
You have free running skeleton, you can go anywhere.
Jeez.
Throw a knife.
Yeah,
Stun
sure.
her.
Don't mind me. I'm a spy. Doing important spy work.
Here's a milkshake recipe I just found on Google.
Back you up if need be.
Hopefully it's good.
Wait, are these rooks?
Yeah, the rooks. Why are they following her? Just because they freed him? I guess.
They just inherently know that she's a fry.
I hope she's
It's
not
encoded into their DNA.
You smell
Boy,
like
it's the boss's granddaughter.
perfect milkshake is waiting. With the cherry.
Nope.
Are Jacob and Evie still alive at this point?
Yes.
Excellent.
Jacob is still riding the rocks.
That
Could.
would be amazing.
Hey, the Rooks,
Hello?
I mean, apparently still exists.
Didn't notice that, huh, lady?
Nope, she was looking at the body.
The Rooks have just, like, undergone it's just gone legit. They're just a social club. They do philanthropic works.
Ubisoft social.
No, it turns out they sold out and now they're like a finance firm.
Hello.
Lady, you're good. You have less health. Zara, question. Are you using, like, signature weapons with everybody?
What do you mean?
I noticed that Jacob used a lot of brass knuckles.
Yes.
And with Lydia here, you're using the kukri.
Well, can I change it?
I think you can.
Great words. And now you've broken our thematic.
'Cause I have skills, but I don't have.
Oh, no, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I swear I watched a video in which Lydia was using the cane, but I
I saw, like, Winston Churchill, it looked like one of his rewards was a cane.
yeah, it was.
They,
But that's probably for the future, or for the past. We're in the future.
Lydia, I'm throwing this thing into the past. What?
It's all it's spy business. Sorry. Who else do I have to steal from? What?
This person. Hello, spy lady. That's one thing I missed from older games. I miss guard, like, archetypes. And like this game kind of has it with the brutes and the watchers and all that stuff. But I like the agile guards because they were just free run guards and they were the only guys that could chase you. That was awesome.
Take that, lady.
She deserved it.
I turned back.
God, if only you could break windows. I'd want to see you just drop kick through. Get this guy right in
Hello.
the chest.
Got him in the butt instead.
That's where all the blood is stored.
Wait, 25,000 pounds?
What do you mean by in this game, B? This is just normal city life.
Someone who did parkour fairly recently.
Uh,
Okay. Stuck in the window, nobody can get through.
I also. There we go.
Like they had a really interesting documentary about non-automated non-vehicular transport about it's called Spider-Man. It really shows the ways you can move around the city.
You do whatever. Alright.
Okay, everyone's dead. Whoa.
Quite enough of what?
Of this.
Apparently, so is the game.
Next reward, Reaper belt.
The belt of a reaper.
Why does Winston Churchill have all this stuff?
He's a cool guy.
Got him. Take that, Churchill.
No, we're romancing.
Good night, B.
Good night,
Feel
B.
better.
Night.
Or I don't know if you're feeling particularly ill right now. I know you were feeling kind of rough yesterday, so
Have a nice night regardless.
yeah.
We'll try to kill Winston Churchill for sure.
We did it. It didn't work.
Oh no, he's the Time Lord.
He's too powerful.
I didn't know he had additional hearts.
And so many spy hideouts, aka spideouts. I wonder if anyone has done these, like, done a ghost run of these hideouts where they, you know, pickpocket the people and don't kill everyone.
Come on.
I have.
Seems tricky.
It's a lot of waiting, but you can totally do it. If you use the distraction mechanics and everything, it's effective. Plus, voltaic bombs are very helpful. I believe for this one, I threw a smoke bomb down first, then picked the lock, then walked in.
That's probably a good idea.
But kill him, grab his shit. It's like no one was ever here. I know B said Winston's blood, and I can't help but think of the monkey from Overwatch. I mean the scientist from Overwatch.
What?
Oh, hello.
Just punching everybody in the nuts. She is a fry.
There's one thing you gotta know about them fries. Watch your nuts.
That was their motto. Slap your nuts and die.
I wish you could mess with like radios or something in this.
That would be fun.
I wanted more like high-tech espionage assassin stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. What's she doing here?
Nothing.
Who did this to you?
Oh, hello.
She's run away!
There we go.
Boy, they're taking them times. Oh,
Oh, never mind.
There's someone over there!
Sure is.
You again! Don't run, little bird!
man, you just stabbed him like 7 times.
Yeah. Pay no attention to the woman rappelling up the wall.
Yeah, you! Stop!
Oh,
Why are you
well.
running? You know you deserve a ducking.
Oh, fine.
Must have been
God.
shit.
Gotta do this the hard way.
This way. I think it's right. It's a ways. Success.
But there was no false information. The war is lost.
Sad but true. Oh,
Hey, do you know what's up?
how'd you know?
All of our efforts came to nothing. In the year 2306 of the Isu era, the sun unleashed its fury on my once great civilization.
That shit was gonna happen again.
I perfected the work of Consus and made it my own. I salvaged Aita's brilliant essence and inserted it into the DNA of your rebellious kind. I sent him into the unknown future to be reborn again and again. I returned to the Grand Temple. I shed my physical form and entered the Grey.
The
But
internet.
stubborn Minerva and foolish Jupiter discovered me and sealed me inside. Entombed, I waited for the day when your technology might allow my return. That wait is nearly over.
Consus, the guy she said before, he made some Isu artifacts, one of them being the Shroud in this game. But he's also embedded in the one of the Shrouds.
One of the shrouds.
There's 2.
Is he embedded in the one that's in this game?
I believe so. Because what the shroud does is it regenerates your cells really fast. But while it's doing that, it talks to you and it's like, hey, bud, you're gonna be all right. Let's just close this up. Oh, you feeling sick? Let's fix that, friend. And it's real nice to you. But over time, it's like, hey, you want to just walk down that street and stab that guy?
Yes.
That's why when people wear the shroud over time, they eventually
Have a
like
good
go
night
nuts.
now. Ever. Oh.
But Consus is a weird guy. He made what I consider to be like one of the most useful artifacts.
Yeah, it's regeneration is very powerful.
Yeah. I would think so.
It is effective immortality.
And it doesn't have the same, well, this is pretty sketchy of like mind control orb that summons ghosts or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
Well,
the
the mind-
spying on people through their blood thing.
It's just like it's a self buff. That's kind of it.
The laser sword is basically only for lasering people.
We believe
It also
one of the
makes people
spies is
follow you.
posing as a
You
nurse
become
in the
a
nearby
leader.
facilities. She has been taking blood
Well,
samples into odd-looking
That's why-
tubes and
that's why people
delivering
like
them to an
Genghis Khan
unknown
said to
accomplice.
have one,
Perhaps
or
you will be able to spot them
Alexander.
during one of these illicit rendezvous. Good luck.
What do you reckon she's doing?
Thanks, Winston.
It also explains why in the last game our main villain was using it to overthrow the monarchy to instate his own, because it would make him a more effective leader. Sword's a pretty cool one too, but again, it's too mind controlly for my taste.
It shoots lasers.
But it does more.
Yeah, it does. I mean, listen, if the sword shoots lasers, it
Oh.
doesn't need any magical mind control to make you a big, powerful leader. Who's going to argue with the laser man?
Apparently, the assassins.
Well, yeah. But I mean, they did it. They fight you anyway. Mind control or no?
You're right.
Ah.
I feel you get lasers and like just a little bit of natural charisma, you're good to go.
What are they talking about?
I don't know, but oh, I can't shoot that one.
What was that on top of the tent?
Boy, it's sturdy canvas.
Real sturdy.
Berserk nurse.
Where's the morgue?
Somewhere in this camp.
I think she's hiding.
It's a lot of guys.
And stay out.
Where did she go?
Disappeared.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
What?
How'd
There he
that?
is.
Whoa!
That dude is dedicated.
How'd you get up here, dude?
Hey, what's up, bud?
Oh,
Gave him the old one too.
sorry, Chief.
He dropped past you, was like, "Hey, who are you?"
Oh, I think they have a hatch that they can go into down there, and they come out on the roof.
Yes, that is it. I remember watching that animation. They can go through doors that are closed that you can't go through, and they pop out the roof.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because not everybody climbs.
There was no reason for me to take that man's $18.
What's he getting
Or
you
pounds,
for?
excuse me.
Drugs?
Where's the police when you need them?
I mean, in World War One, maybe.
Yeah. Exactly. We're keeping drugs off the street.
in here! Hello!
Well,
Everything's
if
fine.
that guy wasn't super dead, he'd be in a great spot for medical attention.
Now, where is the morgue? Morgue is over there.
The medical attention would be, alright, so we're gonna sew off this leg, and we're gonna leave it. Sound like a plan? He's distracted, it's fine.
Oh, no, he's not. Gotta put you down there for now. I'm sorry, buddy. This is really nothing personal.
He had a pretty cool mustache.
He did.
This how this woman's been killed.
This man's gun is vibrating.
It's the ghost of the Isu.
It's probably more so the ghost of that guy.
Look at that blown up house.
Ooh.
Oh, I can go over there. I just assumed that something like this would be off limits. Reaper belt.
Running Mayan cane sword. Alright, you know what else happened to your fucking boyfriend?
We need not be enemies. I intend to build, to transform your age into something greater than you can currently comprehend.
Mm.
How come it's taken so long?
I am currently on 4chan and can't find my way out.
I mean, that's fair.
I can't believe. No, that's how we defeat her. 4chan with you? No!
Banished to the 5th dimension. Wanna go in there?
No, we trap her in Vine, so when that goes down, she goes down too.
Every 6 seconds she dies. That is Eternal Golden Requiem or whatever the fuck that thing is.
J mailings.
Can't believe Jay has a mailing service.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Zeppelin raid. $500 is not very much.
Not anymore. The Master Spy.
Bye.
There he
Master
is. I really love the Master Spy. He looks like a loser. I know his model doesn't do this, but I always imagine him like with his shoulders really high up around his neck. Spy next. This skyline is also way too clear for all the smog.
Oh, yeah.
Look at these smokestacks.
Just need a Silent Hill ass draw distance.
There it is.
Come on. A little bit of difficulty there.
Climbing this building kind of sucks.
A little bit, yeah. It's very oddly designed. I'm sure it's very accurate, but it's not conducive to Assassin's Creeding.
Blackstone location above a carpenter shop.
Also, I'd like to point out that the suggested level for all of these missions is just 6.
Yeah.
Miss
Perfect
Fry
spy
has
level.
uncovered the location
You've
of the
surpassed spy
sinister
level
cult
main
of
game.
spies plaguing our streets.
Are you the
know
spy
your
master?
orders, lads. Follow her lead and let us rid
What?
London.
Man, that
of
would be a
its
cool
menace.
mission.
Another
Very impressive.
7. It's a covert operation code. Tower of London at midnight.
Alright. No, I can't actually. That doesn't actually lead anywhere.
Everyday wear.
What? You can't use a door in Assassin's Creed. What are you doing?
I know.
Even the stores you walk into have no doors, unless you're playing 3. Because there's a loading screen for some reason.
Yeah.
Because it's the American, expansion. You gotta make it seem normal. The frontier. People walk indoors.
Really differentiated from 2.
Where all the
We're,
stores.
yep, we're civilized now. We have doors on our stores. What good is that tank doing there?
It's protecting that spot.
From
Villainy.
There's a... The battlefields are like...
It is true. I don't know why there's so many military vehicles parked around London.
Like, I can see, like, having armored vehicles for getting from one fortified location to another while bombing is happening. I think the tank's a little slow for that.
It doesn't make any sense. The only feasible thing my brain's come up with so far is like, what if people drop in, but then just shoot them with your guns? It'd be a whole lot more effective and less destructive.
Alrighty. Master Spy.
We have to infiltrate the spy headquarters. That's not what I wanted to do, but it'll do.
Spy. Torture. You alright?
Took a sip of water badly, don't worry.
You're just so shocked by the footprints.
Not until the blade was in his
oh,
heart.
Pio's drowning now.
The explosion went just as planned.
You know, you guys' secret room isn't very secret, because I can just see you back there.
No, you can't.
They're terrified of a few
There's a bookshelf there. You can't see him.
hundreds of settlers over London.
I'll probably mod this game to replace Winston Churchill with Winston from Overwatch.
in our favor. These documents could well win us the war.
I don't know why they
How
keep
did that
secrets
guy
from
not
us.
see you move the secret
Also
exit?
replace this lady with Isabel from Animal Crossing.
Lights out.
What devilry is this?
It's not devilry, it's just the generator's out.
Have you
I wish it
noticed?
got, like,
There's a crazy glint in
really
his eyes,
dark
like
in
he's seen the
here,
face of
and then you
God.
just kind of,
They'll find the body sooner or later.
turn on your eagle vision and just fucking Chronicles of Riddick some people.
I'm really happy that that guy didn't notice me murder his friend right in front of him while he
guess
was
it
looking
is
at him and talking
The
to him.
lights are out. Loaded opinion. London opinion.
Yeah. I guess it is dark enough somehow to let you do all this stealthily.
It wasn't that dark.
Yeah, it should be way darker to justify this.
My beloved
This is-
calls to me. You will not keep me from her.
Oh, we have a
Oh, it's this
visitor.
guy.
Hello. Oh, he has a cane sword. That's probably the one that we get.
Appeal to him and... Oh no, he's escaped. He had a flash bomb on him.
Keep from my beloved.
We have to keep him from his beloved.
Out of my way.
Sorry, Juno, you gotta watch us kill your boyfriend.
You will not keep me.
Boy, you've had to see him die like 3 times if you've been watching all these simulations.
Yep.
Yeah, you fools! You think this bothers me? This is my kink.
I love dying.
Watching my boyfriend get murdered. Oh yeah, I just stab him.
Bleeding.
I don't know. I think I'm trapped on this thing.
Throw him. Drop him. Throw him. Who? Yeah. Did we submit him to the pits of the sea where he'll sink forever?
Yep.
Sayonara.
Spoosh.
That's what she said.
I'm getting more concerned about her
Excellent
daily.
work. The ringleader is dead, as are his bizarre disciples.
Is that it then?
Well, there is still a war on.
Then we both have our own affairs to attend to.
Know that you have done a great service to your country. Thank you.
Thank you.
Runic Mayan cane sword. Hi, Juno.
The man Lydia Fry killed was my husband, Aita, reborn. Known in your time as a sage. Thank you for discovering his fate. His pattern will be added to my own. Perhaps you believe, as other assassins before you, that it is your duty to work against me. But consider this. It was an assassin who freed me from my prison. I am no longer she who lies in wait. I am the mother of wisdom. I am the nexus of flesh and machine. I am Juno.
Okay.
Whoever is writing this dialogue is
And
going,
if
man,
the
I love
greatest
showing it.
assassin of your generation can see things my way, then perhaps you can too.
Desmond. God. Bullshit.
I mean,
Smash cut to Desmond laying dead on the floor of the temple.
The
Smash
greatest.
cut to Desmond's skeleton lying around Abstergo Industries.
yeah, I suppose, like, the assassins may have, like, talked him up, you know, posthumously. Because he did sort of save the world.
I guess.
He did a bunch of stuff.
Pio, are you doubting the goddess of wisdom?
Yeah. You have to.
There should be an
Remember that that Russian lady? She's fucking garbage. Desmond knows where it's at.
I mean, Galliana is the only master assassin she owns.
But she's fucking trash compared to Desmond.
Did she save the world?
Not directly.
No,
Well,
she's
then.
trash.
Doesn't
Aw.
count.
Throw her the fucking garbage where she belongs.
Aw, Galliana's cool.
Sorry, words. The trash men come tomorrow, so you gotta put her out.
So says the next flesh and blood stream.
I really want an Assassin's Creed game to have an optional costume that is Desmond Miles, but when you equip it, it's just a skeleton.
You know, one of my favorite parts about this game is that the first thing that happens is that the drone called Desmond gets fucking knocked over and dies.
That's true.
Loser.
Doesn't that happen twice?
Yeah, he gets knocked over again later
God.
during the fight with Asta.
I mean, it's just they're just flying so close to the heavens. Like it's blasphemy to name your drones after the Great One.
So there's not a whole lot left for you to do in the main game.
Yeah, not really.
Did you want to try
Well,
the deals?
I guess we could try it.
At least do the openings.
I feel like they should have like one of those things where they like you can play boss in previous games, and there should be an optional one that's just Desmond's super secret final one, and you fight him, and he's just like complete anime bullshit, doing things he could not do in the game.
I want a Kingdom Hearts 3 fight with Desmond.
Like he just slams the ground, and like wet shockwaves of swords form from the ground. Just like what the fuck?
God.
Shoots lasers from his eyes.
So this is a cool DLC, I think. Who's this handsome man?
Oh, wait, is this the... Is that... What's his face? The Templar?
Turn him around.
No, the mystery must remain.
Alright.
For 20 years, after the assassins defeated the Templars in London, the city enjoyed a certain peace. Until the Autumn of Terror. In 1888, London is plunged into shadow and fear by a series of gruesome and unsolvable murders. The brothels of Whitechapel seem warm and safe by comparison to its streets, where prostitutes are being mutilated and left on grotesque display for the world to ogle. Jacob Fry hunts the elusive killer to bring an end to the terror of Jack the Ripper.
Oh God, Jacob Fry, murdered master detective.
Get a move on, Mr.
All right.
Finch. This is the story of a lifetime.
He
Mr.
learned from
Weaver's
the best.
I know you have more of the Ripper's letters.
I told you to stay away from me.
And
Stop
I love
publishing these
older
letters.
Jacob.
You've turned an unknown
He
mystery
aged
into a
remarkably well.
legend, and
I
that's
think his
exactly
hair
what he
makes him look
wants.
Jacob!
fucking phenomenal.
Thank God I found you. It's the Ripper. He's done it again.
He looks like Shay.
Kinda, yeah. Oh no.
Katie! Oh, he can't. No, he can't have. And Lizzie. Not both. Not in one night.
Nellie, remember what I said. Now go.
How many more assassins must die before you see the truth?
Only one more, Jack.
You should have believed, Jacob. Now, I will hunt you down.
There he is.
Damn.
We get to play as Jack.
I know you're there, Jack. The Master of Terror's afraid to show himself, is he?
I am your shadow, Jacob.
Even if you don't finish this, I love this fucking DLC.
Yeah, this already seems pretty good.
I will gut every last one of them if that's the quickest way to you.
So he has new mechanics.
Jack's terror over London is based on his use of fear. The brutal takedown.
Come on, you monster! Let's be done with this!
Run all you like, Jacob. I will catch you.
I love we get to play
I need only
Scarecrow.
follow your scent.
Yeah.
The scent of a wounded animal.
So I'm just thinking of Friday the 13th.
There is nowhere you can hide from me.
Fear actions make enemies anxious, then frightened.
You can affect an enemy's fear state with fear tools. For example, the death scream and spikes.
Death Screamos.
Oh my god.
Ah! Fucking DLC, man. Oh, Jack the Ripper, man. Fucking DLC
Stop!
owns.
You want me, Jack? Come and kill me!
Okay.
This is not our way.
This is my creed.
Ooh.
I can't believe our motto of do whatever you want is starting to has turned off with
You
bad
cannot
egg
escape
once
me.
again.
Also, this guy has eagle vision.
Dice, you sound very far away.
How about now?
That's better.
Okay, there you go.
How about now?
You were far away.
How about now?
It's a microphone arm.
How about now?
Oh no.
I almost thought that was the game.
Voice comes from behind you. How about now?
Batman?
Where is she?
Swear to me.
Where is he? He's on a carriage.
Scurry back to your hole, little mouse.
I like the fact that all of like the other people's voices are like deep and distorted.
Mm-hmm.
Going somewhere, Jake.
Jack. You're sick.
I sure am.
Don't you see the irony, brother?
Jack.
Only you know who the Ripper is, but you can't tell a living soul because it would destroy you. No, 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 no!
Jack. We can fix you.
Fix me? I am the solution.
Credits.
And we Syndicate. Jack the Ripper. I'd like to tell you a story about the Jack the Ripper.
1 month later.
Miss Fry?
Inspector Aberline. Why exactly have you had me escorted here?
My men and I have been hunting the Rip around the clock for months now, and we've nothing to show for it. There's nothing I can tell the public.
What's the Ripper to do with me? My brother has had me summoned here from India. Can't this wait?
As far as I know, you may be the last assassin in London.
What do you mean? Where's Jacob?
I wish I knew. Your brother is nowhere to be found, even as an elusive shadow is committing the most hideous crimes.
And you believe this is no coincidence?
The killer is selective and dispassionate
Yeah,
and has left not a
that's
single trace of his passage.
That's weird.
I've seen such a talent for assassination
Some of
and
this
avoiding
might not have
detection
been
only once before,
finished.
when I worked with the two of you. And that is why your brother summoned you before he disappeared.
You think Jacob is dead?
I dare not believe it. But if he is, you may be the only person who can stop the Ripper now. Follow me.
When are you gonna stop that monster?
I'll take you to the site where the Ripper first struck.
Off its hands!
The journalists always seem to get the word first. We get there, they've trampled the evidence, and next day's headlines are dripping with blood. The few hundred yards between Flower and Dean Street have become so dangerous that even my best constables are afraid to patrol Whitechapel at night. Let's take a carriage, shall we? I'd rather not get egg on my face again today.
I'll drive. What has become of this borough?
Whitechapel is a cesspool of crime, Miss Fry, where terror reigns supreme.
There you are.
Elsewhere, the rich get richer, but here, the poor are living on the living, fighting to survive each day. Reporters share a view of Whitechapel as a lair of savages, monsters, and werewolves who hold honest citizens in a state of terror.
Easy. The Ripper's terror.
Now we're in Silent Hill.
Yeah, kinda. It's snow in London.
We are not far
Winter
from where Mary
mission.
Ann Nichols was murdered. I knew her as Polly. That's what her friends called her. But the woman who died here is not the woman I met a few times at the Frying Pan pub.
Cat.
Then who was she?
I was hoping you could tell me. Go see for yourself.
This is where the Ripper committed his first murder. Was Miss Nichols' body identified?
Her husband hadn't seen her in 11 years. He barely glanced at the poor, mutilated woman before he had the gall to forgive her for what she'd done to him. The press reported widely that Miss Nichols' finger bore the mark of a ring.
Months ago, stab wounds.
It was forcibly removed, and the same is true for his other victims.
Does Dex stay up there?
Multiple stab wounds and stuff. This right here. Are you guys prepared to
What did you
be
discover?
Sherlock Holmes?
Strange place for a bloodstain. That's kind of neat. A ring that only sworn assassins wear.
I found Miss Nichols' ring. An assassin's ring. She must have tossed it away during the struggle. A desperate act to protect the Brotherhood. You think they were targeted?
Yes. And the newspapers are accusing the police, me, of letting the first city of the world lapse into primeval savagery. I must take my leave, Miss Fry. I have other business in Whitechapel.
Good day, Inspector. Thank you for your discretion.
Autumn of Terror.
A monster's creed.
Inspector Aberlin needs your help. The Ripper's terror has inspired a wave of crime, from petty thievery to copycat killings. Whitechapel has become a place of brutal savagery. Bounty hunts, close the fight clubs, carriage of justice activities are now available.
Close the fight clubs.
I'll need to tackle Jack's
After all that
influence
work
over the
we did?
gangs in London.
Yeah, I mean, I have not played this DLC. I don't know the spoilers, but I'm on your guys' side. I'm pretty sure that Jacob is also Jack. Oh, I heard a cat meow. Oh, so I guess we've got these two regions.
I could see it going either way, but they definitely wanted to lead you kind of make that an option, I think. Well, I don't know.
I will remain silent because I like this DLC.
Because, like, the cops definitely seem to be, like, they turned and watched Jacob run past, and then you, as the Ripper, kill them.
I can't see them killing Jacob like that.
Yeah, I definitely don't think Jacob is dead.
His conversation was just a little weird. But he used words like brother and we can fix you.
Yeah.
But
also, whether or not it affects the conversation, but this DLC is non-canon, correct?
No, I believe it is actually.
That's super weird.
Jack the Ripper was a thing, and this is how Assassin's Creed explains it.
Yeah, but they also did a thing where George Washington became king.
Well, that was definitely not canon.
Oh shit, I think I failed the history test then.
Ah, the tyranny of King Washington.
Oh wow, there's a lot of boys here.
Yeah, the cops are holed up in here.
Level 11? Holy crap.
Oh, right. Can you check your weapons?
kiss. From Kali with love. Knuckle sandwich.
Boom. The bulkier the sandwich, the bigger the bite.
That is funny. The censor.
Did the sensor have?
It
like,
has. It
printing?
has. Yeah, it does. I
Oh,
forget
yeah,
what
it does.
I forget what it actually says.
I mean, your current one is pretty gnarly looking.
The Mars.
Look at these fucking pistols.
Fire spitter.
Minus 1 damage. Well, I guess, but it's got a lot of speed.
The Insidious pistol. Size doesn't
Oh.
matter.
I've seen like a gun with that design and a lot of hey, check out this weird gun type posts.
You don't have a lot of money right now.
I don't. Secret items.
Secret items.
Okay, there. For now, I guess we only get the knuckles, don't we?
Currently, but the bracelets that she has on, she fights with those too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Inspector? The inquest mentions that Miss Nichols made quite a spectacle of her drunkenness on the night of her murder. Do you think Jacob may have put her up to it?
Bait, you mean? I don't know what to think anymore, Miss Fry. Jacob kept lodgings nearby, right in the heart of this cesspool. Be careful.
I will not fail you.
Is there a different door? I want to go out the front. There we go. Made that guy real uncomfortable. So how old would Evie be at this point?
She's... It's been 20 years, so she's like in her 40s, 50s.
Okay.
Damn.
Pretty impressive for that age.
Yeah. Though, I mean, let's not forget Ezio was still
True.
doing shit as an old man.
Assassin's gotta stay fit.
Once you get that habit, you never break it. So I'm assuming we get to play as the Ripper more in this, so it'd be weird otherwise to have him have mechanics.
Your mechanics and then not use them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's definitely some points where you swap over. Although it's interesting because I wouldn't think that you would freely swap between the two.
I know exactly where he's at. It's Indigo Prophecy.
Making them the dual player characters, Evie and the Ripper, would kind of support any Jacob is the Ripper theories. Signs of a struggle.
Weapons of intimidation. Much like those we learned to use with our Indian brothers.
Of course.
Fear bombs.
Spikes.
Now you have fear bombs and spikes.
More signs?
Yes, I do.
What am I not seeing?
Broken pot. There seems to have been a struggle.
No shit.
I think I kind of like about this DLC is it makes Henry Green a little more unique, because he comes from a bunch of assassins who use fear weapons, and he's the most like nice, soft-hearted dude.
It's true. Also, I just like the giant word, a struggle.
The struggle is real.
There it is.
A letter.
Grand work, the last job. I give the lady no time to squeal. How can they catch me now? I love my work and I want to start again. You'll soon hear of me with my funny little games. I saved some of the proper red stuff in a ginger beer bottle from the last job to write with. But it went thick like glue, and I can't use it. Red ink is fit enough, I hope. Ah.
The newspapers printed this letter 3 days before Miss Stride and Miss Eddowes were murdered. It was signed, Jack the Ripper. So much blood. I hope it's not yours, brother.
Brother.
Blood. Jacob's blood. Drag Violet.
No, it's Willie's blood.
Handprint. Spat blood.
You knew I would come, brother. So give me a sign. The last time Henry, my brother, and I were together was in India. 15 years ago. When the photograph was taken, we stood facing a temple of Kali. And that's one of the boys Jacob brought to train with the Brotherhood. What did we call him? Jack the Lad. Reckless and roguish. Much like my brother.
Perhaps it was Jack the Lad.
That, from what I heard of Jack the Ripper's letters, I wouldn't be surprised if that was
More
one of them
signs?
that we found.
What am I not seeing?
They were written a little differently.
I've got it, Jacob.
Kali the Destroyer. I gave this to you on your last visit to India.
There's a woman who can help. Unfortunately, she'll remind you of our childhood neighbor.
Unfortunately. What is Jacob trying to say? We loved old Nellie. Could he be referring to an unfortunate woman?
Batman.
Nellie may be in the brothel nearest Jacob's lodgings. I'll start there.
He really is just evil Batman.
Yeah.
We can have our way with her. Right. Look
Purple.
sharp, lads.
Discovered the fear tools.
Evie's tools are not lethal.
Mm-hmm.
One of them's called a spike.
This bomb will strike fear in their hearts.
Is the spike not lethal?
Whoops.
Evie's tools are not lethal.
Nice.
Stab.
Still super lethal.
Spike. Just
That
broke his arm.
That wasn't lethal.
You didn't spike him.
Out of my way.
Let's hope this Nellie has news of you and can lead me to the Ripper. If Jacob's former pupil is the Ripper, then he
I
is
wonder,
our
like-
Ripper. I must catch him.
I guess there have been some, like, mostly heroic fictional heroes who've done, like, the whole fear thing, like the Shadow.
Actually, I think this, like, for some reason, but I think, like, the real, definitely revealing power is usually immortality of some sort.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're good and immortal, you're like locked in one place, like Merlin or the guy from The Last Crusade.
Or
And you're super duper evil if you have that
Have you seen Nelly
immortality
today?
where you can
What
just
do you want with
where you
Nelly?
get your body destroyed, but you
Warrior.
can still revive yourself.
If you're a friend, then you may already be
If
too
you have
late.
that, you're like
Where is
super
she?
evil.
On her way to see Lady O. In the company the brutes paid to keep us in line.
But yeah, I think
Hurry if
immortality
you
is like
wanna
definitely
catch
one
her.
of, like
Come nicely, Nelly.
probably the more
Lady O's
really enough
expected.
most of the coders
Whoop.
villain power.
I feel
I
like
need to find Nellie
it's,
before something bad happens to her.
in like fiction, it's generally there's very rarely like immortality where you don't
Atta
gotta
girl.
do some real heinous shit to get it.
Here now.
I mean, like for every like one like random guy who's just cursed to be eternal, you got like
How did they
100
go?
vampires with
Nellie is in
Sauron's
grave danger.
reports.
Yeah.
It all makes sense from their perspective because if the good guys have immortality, that kind of
There's the
drains
carriage.
tension, but the bad guys
Nellie
have
must
it
be
not
inside
only
the
because
building.
It, like,
Oh, no.
add more tension.
Alright, thinking of heroic immortals, Highlander,
Nellie is in there
of
somewhere.
which, you know,
No
the main
doubt closely
character and
guarded,
some others
and in mortal danger.
are chill.
Is Dr. Manhattan immortal?
Yeah.
Spike.
Oh yeah, she gets him in the arm.
Oh, see, since they had the fork in them, I thought she. Okay, so the spike is not going through them.
No, she traps them, and they're just too scared to do anything. You can still do brutal assassinations on them too.
That's fine. Oh,
Oh, that guy is just. Are you sure we're supposed to be killing these people?
We can't.
Feels more
This is the-
humane.
This is the Fear DLC.
Oh.
There's one. There's one. Urban fantasy book I read where there was a vampire who was immortal and also heroic. He was like, he had a weird vampire mythology in that book because there were like the actual vampires and then these vampires that came after that were like a specific dark mirror to the true vampires. The true vampires were from Atlantis.
Don't be afraid. Jacob's sister.
of course.
We can't talk here, please. He'll kill me. She'll see to it.
Who?
Lady Owers. Jacob said you must kill her to find him.
Smile and be polite, or I'll tell the Ripper where you sleep, my beauties.
Are you dead, lady?
Take Nellie and see to it that woman does not follow us.
When does Alma show up? We don't need Alma to show up. She's done enough.
Where did she go? That must be the
Into that
carriage I'm
carriage.
after.
Good thing's one right here.
Evie.
I'd get in the back.
Faster!
It did kind of throw me that the driver's seat is not at the front of it.
Yeah, it seems.
She's getting away. I'm in a
I
hurry.
wonder why they would.
Well, the people
Fall
inside.
off.
If you
Where did she go?
The
if
worst.
you give
Damn it!
people inside an obstructed view of what's in front, I guess.
I wonder if that's an actual thing, but I also kind of wonder if they picked this design because that way they can have the character model viewable from the camera.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, like these ones
Yeah.
have the. I feel it must be an actual thing.
Thank you for slowing down for me.
No problem, miss.
He saw you eat shit.
Radio
and
is
thought he was
escaping.
Safe.
He's gonna turn around and laugh at you, but then you gotta know into the ocean.
Evie, who are you yelling at? You're crashing into people.
Fuck you say, Wordsy?
Get out of the way! Damn!
Evie.
I mustn't lose her.
Well, he's stuck now.
No, no, no!
Nope. Okay. He just.
Not
Forced
again!
his way through.
Watch it! Move! Damn! I mustn't lose her.
Oh, move out of the way. Horse!
I'm in a
An
hurry!
unstable data area.
Yeah.
Get out of the way! Lady O is escaping.
God. Carts out of the way.
Oh, okay. Edge of the world.
Yeah.
Come on!
It's actually the same edge of the world as it is
She's
in the
getting
normal
away.
game.
Do you mind?
I always like the in Saints Row 4 the glitches in the world. Like in how when NPCs walked by them, they'd get all stretched and distorted.
No.
Maybe. I kind of wish, like, there were. Unity did some stuff with like glitches
Lady
and
Owens,
simulation
whoa.
with its like
Nelly, I'm so sorry.
non-revolutionary France areas.
She used me as a decoy to Owen's manor.
Hoping I'd cause your death, no doubt.
She knew you'd come, Miss Fry. Lady O is the Ripper's eyes and ears in London.
Kill her and Jack will be forced to show himself. Hey! I'll look in on you soon, Nelly, I promise.
So why is she doing that?
Why is she doing that, sorry?
Lady Owens
Lady,
will be
what's her name?
expecting
Being
me.
the eyes, the Jack the
And I would
Ripper.
not want to disappoint her.
To tell him who to kill for her benefit.
Yeah, Jack currently controls the gangs in the city.
Yeah.
And that means money and status and all that good stuff.
I think I'd have a lot more questions about that.
Jack the Ripper and Lady Ower's lieutenants terrorized the prostitutes of London.
Brothel attack.
Brothel attack, lost women, walk of shame activities are now available.
This DLC has
Jack's
fun
terror
stuff in
over
it.
the prostitutes in London has to end.
I'm coming over and...
Fuck that guy.
Shut up. What a dummy. I'm coming up there.
Fear skills.
Mm-hmm.
The torturer. Impaled enemies will take more time to collapse. Their screams will last longer.
Yeah. Make some noise.
When I get over there, you'll wish... I have a sudden urge to be any place else. This is bad.
There's a bunch of stuff to do. I think this is the only Assassin's Creed anything where it doesn't force you to do viewpoints first. Because they're already unlocked. Even in the World War I DLC, I had to do the viewpoints.
We already know London. It doesn't make sense to do them again.
But it's 20 years later.
It hasn't changed that much.
Seems incredibly dangerous for someone of Evie's age to do.
She's got strong bones.
It's true.
Wholesale.
Oop. I should refill on
There must be
stuff.
something of interest here.
Thank you.
Excellent choice. Hope to see you again. It's his word against mine.
Does that mean anybody in London can buy voltaic bombs?
Yes.
That is a concerning fact to me.
Don't think you can escape from me.
Collectible.
I got a skill point. I can get a skill. When I perform a brutal takedown, you will be seen from a greater distance.
Yeah, her brutal takedowns of chakrams.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sure. Hello, sir. Lady O is truly Jack the Ripper's eyes and ears in the city. Assassinating her should lure him into life. I like this already.
Yep.
thought it was going to be on the train.
That
Damn.
was also cool.
Give us train level coward Ubisoft.
There's a couple in the main game.
I mean, yeah, we did kind of that already. The game kind of starts with one.
There's also one that has a turret section.
Hmm.
Are you ready for Vampire Mansion?
And that's without our maximum Dracula.
Going to Castle Canehurst?
Basically.
Go away.
Why are they
It's
frightened?
already terrified.
Yeah, they can. Friends can calm them down.
Brute enemies are immune to fear. They'll calm down their friends. They're gentle giants.
I just like that his friends ran up to him going, "Ah!"
You shove it.
Also, all the enemies are tougher because they've been trained by Jack the Ripper.
Okay.
Yeah, they're level 11 now. Jesus.
Is that the can reason?
That it is, but also they need to make the enemies harder to fight because they want you to use the fear mechanics.
No, I'm just wondering if that's the actual justification they give for why these guys are so tough.
Oh no, that is yes, they've been trained more.
Oh, I
Big
spoke too
guys.
soon. Viewpoint.
This is also a whole new map.
It's true.
I think they might be confusing Jack the Ripper for a Batman villain.
I mean, it's Assassin's Creed. They gotta play a little fast and
Bury her
loose.
in the garden, he says.
Hey,
Just when I heard
Like a
this is the
dog
DLC had
buried
Jack the
a
Ripper,
bone.
I didn't think that would mean we had to
What I
fight
tell ya.
Jack the Ripper's organization.
We're expecting Miss Fry.
Everyone's got an
Alert the
organization.
men
It's Assassin's
and
Creed.
be
It's true.
discreet about it. We're still
I have
running a
an
business.
organization.
Come, drain my wine with honeyed lips, and I shall tell you a tale of unrequited love from the
You, get back to our guests. If Miss Fry doesn't slit our throats, the Ripper surely...
Okay.
Bitch, I'm gonna stab you in the stomach and rip it out.
Rip and tear, rip and tear.
Do we know what this Fry lady looks like? Just
Also, there's a
kill
lot
any
of.
woman who
Hey,
acts
Bud.
around in manner with- She turns out to be one of Lady
Bud, come on.
Gaga's trying to flee. We can blame it on the Ripper. The Ripper? Haven't you noticed?
I like how there's a
Whenever
lot more
Lady O
conversation
puts one of
between
the
guards in
girls out
this.
to pasture, we dig another hole in the garden. Jason
I forgot. Can Evie do the scream?
I'll slice you open!
No. I just whistle.
Gotcha. That's fine. I think that'd be funny.
Ooh.
Stinking bush.
Just fight each other. It's a little weird that doesn't cause fear.
It could be any one of us. It could take...
You were saying?
No one left to fight.
You won't sting me no more. I'll squish you. Squish every last one of you. You think...
No one left to fight. I guess I die now. Why did that guy have a spike?
thought it was a tuning fork. Trying to train for the opera.
Some woman sneaking! Was it? The edge is
Thought you couldn't get scared.
The fucking fear noises.
Fear, 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 fear.
Okay, time to go.
If you can do the brutal assassinations, like, can you do brutal drop assassinations?
I don't remember.
It was like saying they were in the had like the same triggers as the regular assassinations.
Hmm. I would assume that you can.
Unless you get butcher.
That's a fucking phrasing.
It's a spicy meatball. Entry point.
I just like how these guys are stuck forever because you pin their hand down. If I move my other hand, what'll happen?
Where did you go?
Who are you looking for?
Thomas. Oh. There he is. Hello.
Ooh, boy. Scandalous. Woman dressed in their blues.
Far from the strangest thing I've seen around here.
Remember this mechanic?
Hello, gentlemen.
He can't be scared.
Gotta get upstairs. Hello.
I can't imagine going to a party like this. If this game was set in like 2015, it would be dubstepping, booty shaking constantly.
He's quite the ensemble.
Everyone's angry at me.
Urchin.
That's another outfit I don't have the time to get cleaned. No, it's fine. I'm sure I'll do well at tea looking like an urchin from the East End. Knock the lady down!
Like an urchin.
That's another outfit I don't have the time to get cleaned. No, it's fine. I'm sure I'll do well at tea looking like an urchin from the East
Lady.
End. Why?
Excuse me.
Your manner is overly familiar.
Your manners are really familiar.
Nope. Oh, somebody else can see me.
Quite invisible from here.
But where did I go?
I mean, there's only one other direction now, guys. You came from both directions.
Where did I go? Where did I go?
someone who was a police and worked security. Y'all are fired. That's incredible. I expect basic reasoning. There's a thing I wish was in this DLC. If your body count hit a certain threshold, you would just like frighten people automatically, as they were just like, there's like 40 people dead.
That would be cool. Smoke bomb?
Smoke bomb.
I don't want to hurt you.
What? Oh, fine.
Shit!
We're going to take a walk. You and I.
Underground
Shit!
crows come.
That. This manor lore just going shit.
Oh.
You don't have the talent.
That is incredibly silly.
You lost it within the last 20 years for all this fear stuff. Restrain.
No noise, just walk.
Let me go and I'll help you.
Well, you're gonna help me, current.
Quiet and I won't hurt you.
All right, just let me go.
Oh, that hurts, my dear. A little tighter, perhaps.
Ugh.
So, here's a fun thing. That guy has 2 different voice actors you can kind of clearly hear.
She's gone. Get up. Shit.
Let's do this the easy way.
Alright.
Someone get up here.
Nope.
Oh, it's a better sport. She's dropping a guard. You'll pay for that.
Also, it seems like I don't have multi-kills anymore. No. No. Oh, I guess he's just dead now.
He's gotten you to where you need to be, so...
Okay. But there was a unique assassin opportunity with him, and now I can't because he's...
Because he got slightly tapped with a knife.
Oh no, not this. Something's
He's so spooked. Hey lady, you can hear this, right?
Hear my husband screaming from the other room. Hi.
Ooh.
I call this
should
one
thank
a
you,
fireside
Miss
chat.
I fear death at the Ripper's hands far more than at yours.
What have you done with these men?
The Ripper is entertaining them presently. Mr. Weaversbrook will be joining them soon.
Let us hope Jack has not found you yet, Mr. Weaversbrook.
Don't mind if I do. Oh, hey, we got...
Hollywood Lodge. Secret chest located. Time to frighten some people.
Gotta get out that window. I guess I do have to frighten people, don't I?
escape without being detected, or frighten people.
Do both.
I don't have any more spikes though. Yeah.
It's only anxious, not frightened.
Not worth it. None of these windows are open. Oh. Can I get in here? No.
This door is not real.
Hang on. Maybe one of these guys will have spikes. He did.
Hey. Why do you carry this stuff?
He had a fear bomb.
Why do you carry that on you?
You never know when you might need it. Aha. Entry point. Out of my way.
Oh, you let that man live.
She shouldn't be here. It's getting ridiculous.
Also, why are we using non-lethal means? Why are they giving us the non-lethal weapons against the Jack the Ripper of all the allies? But we had to like carve up all these British soldiers in the last time.
Because
What you waiting for? You can do better than that.
You can do better than that. It's just unconscious there. She's like, you know what? You're right.
Still a wagon.
Sorry, bud.
This is Castle Canehurst. We can only get here from a wagon.
Don't be so stingy, mate. You're taking the piss. It's your third fag this week.
Hey, you!
Huh?
Stop! Then come back here!
Bugger. Go tell Lady O.
You tell her. I need this job.
I like how they're translating the British slang in brackets.
They did that in the main game.
Did they?
Actually, have they done? And I
Yeah.
haven't seen I haven't seen ridiculous Cockney rhyming since we got here. So
Not yet. Like, because one girl said to, no one, it was a little boy, he said, she's been breaking off your stuff. And it's like, she's been stealing things. Or,
I guess it
swear to Bob,
just
I swear to
didn't-
God.
Didn't happen very often. I never noticed.
It only happens like 5 or 6 times. Yeah. But I don't know why Bob translates to God.
So the way Cockney rhyming slang works is that it's like it's basically like X and Y, like X and Y, and the last word
I know brown
Right.
bread relates to dead.
yeah, like brown. It's 2 words. Like brown bread is dead, but they only use brown because they Cockney slang they only use the first word.
Oh.
So like I'll look that up again. I looked this up a while back, but
This poor man. He's still alive.
like
Kind of.
for example, you have apples and pears, which is stairs. Borrow and
realize they
beg,
only-
egg.
I didn't realize they only used the first part. I'd always heard it, like, or seen, when I'd seen people, like, try and emulate it, they did the whole phrase.
Box of toys, noise. Clever Mike, bike. Coals and Coke, broke.
Huh. That is very strange.
They could also use the full thing, but my understanding was they typically just use the first one sometimes.
I mean, like, if you're already making something that's just completely incomprehensible to outsiders, I guess you might as well go one more level.
I actually do think this was just to avoid getting in trouble with the cops.
I mean, ooh, a lady's gauntlet. Lady Door's gauntlet.
A velvet glove. These guns are too expensive. Secret items. The Seam Buster. Spoilers. But I think that's probably a good place to stop for now. So I think, as much as I would love to do the rest of this, I'm getting a little tired of Assassin's Creed.
Fair enough.
I'm curious. I might wind up buying this one if it ever goes on sale.
It's very good. I would highly recommend it. It is very solid all around, and the DLC seems to be pretty darn good so far. But then, I mean, there's a lot of content. This is the 9th stream on just Syndicate alone.
It's a pretty big game.
So normally I would then move on to Origins, but I think, like I've been saying, I'm probably going to be taking a bit of a break and doing something different next week. I'm also going to, well, I would recommend everyone tune in next week because I'm going to be unveiling new like stream graphics and other stuff too, so there will be different things going on next week.
Can't wait.
I will eventually get back to Assassin's Creed. That is very much a promise. I do intend to get through these games, but I'm getting a little burnt out. There's other things I would like to play and show off that I'm excited about.
Wow, Syndicate is deeply on sale right now. $9.
Wow. Yeah, this is highly recommended. I don't know how much the DLC is, but
Jack the Ripper is $6, down from normally 15.
That's not bad.
Let's see what is included in the gold version? Oh, the gold includes the season pass, so
oh yeah,
that is
there you go.
$18, but they would get you
Everything.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what I ended up buying. I just bought everything because I don't remember buying the DLC separate. But it's worth it. I would recommend it. Now, we could do a bit of a preview for next week if you guys want.
Sure, I'm up for it.
Because it might take a little bit of... There are decisions to make.
Oh boy.
Let me... I gotta switch things up though. Stream isn't going down, but I'm gonna be switching games here.
Be back short.
All right.
I mean, we're still here.
Our new game, the Chrome Endless Runner.
I will be right back. I'm going to grab some more water.
Okay. We won't be going too long. I just kind of want to run through things and give you guys a sense of what choices we have, something to think about.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, should I have to make decisions?
Yep.
Sorry, I haven't been able to make decisions for the past 5 years, not since the incident.
Shake's got it. It's Bad Rats.
Not again.
Have you played Bad Rats? I'm not surprised. Alright, so we gotta change things up here.
I always drink half my glass of water getting back to my desk.
Then get a bigger glass.
Just get a Route 44 big seal.
Get a big gulp made out of glass. Carry all the water you want. If you ever fucking drop it, there goes your foot.
I do have this very large insulated mug for work sites. I could fill that with water. I got it because it was slightly fire damaged and it would have been thrown out. But I said, hey, it's not that fire damaged. Now it's mine.
So, the next game that we'll be playing, that I am very excited to show off.
Total Warhammer
2.
I will use all of my limited Warhammer lore for this.
So, the main decision... the main decision that we have to make...
Dinosaurs, PO.
Is who...
I actually think, in Warhammer Cameron, they may actually be the dinosaurs.
Huh.
I think this game takes place, like, the Warhammer world, I think, takes place, like, 65 million years in the past, or something.
There's so many playable
we got a lot of characters
the
to play
Warhammer
as.
world does just straight up use, like, modern-day Earth as a map.
So, I mean,
It's
you can't take
roughly
place,
modern
that many
Earth.
millions of years in the past.
Well, there's also Atlantis there, too, so...
Yeah, Wolf 1 is Atlantis, but, I mean, we'll get into this when we get into the map and can see
the elves
everything.
come from.
Okay, so...
The Dark Elves come from the Forbidden Land, known only as Canada.
I should capture my cursor on screen. There we go. Okay, so first up we got Tyrion. He's not the king
Dinosaurs
of the High
in
Elves.
South America. Everyone else is mostly in Europe. All the demons live up in the North
I'm muted.
Pole.
Oh, okay.
I realized I'm muted on Discord. Okay, so yeah, the Warhammer map is roughly like supposed to be the real world, but like I said, we can kind of get into that once we get into a proper campaign and can see everything. But so yeah, these are our characters here. First up is Tyrion, who is he's not the king of the High Elves, but he's as close as we can get, basically. He's not technically the Phoenix King, but he's the one that everyone pretty much assumes is going to be the Phoenix King. Teclis is his brother. He's a wizard. A lore master.
Wizard.
Zalariel. She's the Ever Queen.
She doesn't open her mouth when she screams.
Nope.
Listen, it's an art. It's a strategy game. You can't have facial animations.
They are very well rendered models for being how small they are on the battlefield.
We gave all of our units incredibly detailed facial renditions, which you can't actually see, but the processing of that is causing your computer to melt.
Acceptable.
And then we've got Alathanar, who's the Shadow King.
Okay.
Look at this edgelord.
Oh, you don't know edgelords. We'll get to the edgelords. Just you wait.
So I guess I'll spread out some random Warhammer lore since I know it. Fun fact, for the Chaos, who are basically the dark Lovecraftian gods of this world, they have a champion who is so pretty and so vain that he has all of his bodyguards wear mirror shields so he can just look at himself in battle.
We'll get to him.
Oh, he's in this game?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So,
I'm quiet.
So the High Elves are all... They've got really good ranged units, as you would expect from elves. And they've got pretty decent magic. They're fairly well-rounded, honestly. I've never played a full campaign as them, but they're all right. Then we move on to the Lizard Men. We got Lord Mazdamundi here, who is a Slan priest.
He looks like a frog.
Yeah,
frog.
Slan priests are giant. Well, they're not technically like giant toads. They're basically aliens, but they look like toads who sit in floating chairs and are very powerful wizards.
Yes. Slan are also like one of the connecting tissues between Warhammer and Warhammer 40k, but I'll save that for the actual stream
They are
proper.
very old. We got Krokgar. He's got a robot arm.
Oh, hell yeah.
You look like
he
a
loves
dinosaur.
animals. Boyfriend material.
I think that
what are his things? He's just got good leadership. He's just generally a pretty decent fighty lord.
I think that's just a gauntlet, but it does shoot lasers.
Perfect.
I mean, look at how that wrist is articulated. There's no hand in there.
Yeah, I don't think so. Then there's
that
Tehen Howen. He is the priest of Sotek. Yeah, he's a prophet. He's also one of like 2 leaders who have a very hard start.
Yeah, he is also, I believe, Sotek is a snake god.
Yes.
However, I used to have the rule book for this army when I was debating going into fantasy, and I think he can command snake swarms.
Yeah, Sotek is the snake god. He gets a bunch of upkeep for Saurus infantry and temple guards until completing stage 1 of the prophecy of Sotek. So basically, this guy is like preaching about Sotek, and nobody's really listening until people do start listening, and then he can field proper army units.
Yeah.
We got Tic Tac Toe. His name is Tic Tac Toe. He starts on a pterodactyl. That's about it.
I like him.
Skink heroes start with a pterodon mount. That's his thing. Then we've got Nakai the Wanderer, who is a Croxigar. He's big. He is also a horde army, so we don't actually get to capture and hold any land in his campaign. I played him very briefly, and it's basically whenever you conquer a city, that province gets handed off to a vassal of yours, so the AI is controlling it, but you kind of wander around with like your horde armies and do stuff that way. It's a little weird.
Neat.
He also starts way up north.
I'm just excited to see this get played.
And then there's Gorok. He's another fighty guy. His big thing is that he starts the campaign with control of Lord Croak, who is the most powerful Slann priest in existence. He's incredibly powerful, and I believe even in this game he is like stupid strong.
Yeah, the Slann priests, I think, canonically are like the strongest magic users in Warhammer Fantasy, except maybe like Greater Demons of Tzeentch.
Yeah. Lord Croak is also like the oldest of the Slann priests. He's incredibly ancient. And I think any one of them can actually get him as a hero, but Gorok starts with him.
Wait, is Lord Croak the Slann priest who's just a mummy?
I do believe so.
I will explain it.
Okay, now we're into the Edgelords. It's time for Malekith.
Oh, hell yeah.
Malekith is the Witch King. He's got some lore.
A Hydra.
Yes, the Dark Elves get Hydras as one of their units. He doesn't start with one, weirdly. But then there's Marathi, who is Malekith's mom.
Weird.
A little bit. She is her faction is called the Cult of Pleasure.
Oh no.
Makes sense.
She spreads chaos corruption, so she is actually like kind of related to Slaanesh a little bit. Nobody's really sure how, but it's definitely there.
I can tell for these streams I'm going to take lots of notes.
And we've got Crone Hellebron. She is kind of like an assassin. She's kind of the dark elf equivalent of Alathanar.
I like her.
Then we got Lokir Fellheart. He's a pirate.
Okay, this guy is strong contender.
Lokir's pretty great.
2 notes. Look at the mask.
Yep. He's commander of the Blessed Dread. And then, okay, so all of the Dark Elves are kind of like edgelords. Everything has got spikes. Everything, they're all about death and killing and etc. etc. Malice Darkblade is the edgiest edgelord in the world. He is possessed by a demon. Sometimes he loses control, and he, it influences him to commit acts of slaughter and cruelty.
So what you're telling me is that sometimes he just blacks out and he just doesn't know what he's gonna do?
Yes. That is also what happens in lore. He also starts on the opposite side of the map as the rest of the Dark Elves for some reason.
Fucking Dark Sephiroth looking motherfucker!
Yeah. Malice Darkblade. So those are those are the Dark Elves. Then we got our rat boys. Queek Headtaker. He's just kind of your general fighty lord. He's actually really important in the lore. He actually does a lot of stuff, especially in the end times. He ends up killing a lot of important characters.
Does he take their heads?
Yes.
Excellent.
Queek Headtaker, we've got Lord Skrolk. There's the head of Clan Pestilens. They're all about spreading disease and grossness.
Possibly a bad time to play as that army.
A little bit. We got Tretch Craventail. I don't know anything about him. As far as lore goes, he's Clan Rictus, who are like way up north. But yeah, I don't know anything beyond that. He's just a rat boy. Then we've got Ikit Claw, who is basically a mad scientist rat. His faction is kind of incredibly overpowered because he gets a lot of like artillery and just very powerful units fairly easily, like rattling guns, Warplock Jezzails, Doomflayers. His special ability in lore, he built a nuclear bomb. That is 100% true. That is what they called it in the lore. So his special thing is that he gets to build nukes, essentially. Lots of people like Ikit Claw.
We can be Gandhi.
Yeah, the rats are kind of ridiculous once we get into it. We'll talk a lot more about Skaven. They almost destroyed the moon. Then we got Deathmaster Snick. Excuse me. He's a ninja, trained by actual ninjas.
Also, you maybe it would not surprise me if this dude was a Splinter knockoff, because remember we just met a guy named Tic Tac Toe.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
man,
also
he carries another knife.
Yeah, he's got 3 knives. One in his tail.
Damn it.
The rats are pretty good. They're very strong characters. Just characterization-wise, they're very strong. Then we got the Vampire Coast.
Oh right, yeah. There's an army of just vampires in this game.
There's several. There's Vampire Coast, who's like undead. They're vampirates, basically.
Yeah.
Luthor Harkon is kind of the main general leader. He has many different personalities. His mind is fractured. Any one of them may seize control. That's his thing. Count Noctilus, he's basically Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay.
Man, so many good pirates we could be.
And there's RNS Assault Spite.
Oh, so sorry, she's my favorite.
She is the Pirates of Sartosa, so we start with Sartosa, which is a very, fairly big city. It's got a strong garrison. But I think pretty much all of them pale in comparison to Silostra Darafon. She's a ghost opera singer.
What?
Yeah.
Did you say?
She's a ghost opera singer.
You can't just drop, oh, they built a nuke and also ghost vampire.
Warhammer lore is weird. Real weird. So that's the Vampire Coast. Then we got my boys, the Tomb Kings. Cetra the Imperishable.
Fucking mommy!
He is the ruler of the Tomb Kings.
He's the ruler of the Tomb Kings. He is also one of the best characters in lore. Because he is incredibly powerful and is kind of ridiculous. But he's my boy.
Did he die?
No. Well, sort of. Then we got Grand Hierophant Katep. He's the leader of the mortuary cult. These guys are actually exiles, so they start on the other side of the map from the rest of the Tomb Kings. They're in Dark Elf territory.
Now I'm trying to remember some lore, because I remember the Tomb Kings are revived by this necromancer dude who kind of is responsible for half the things that are wrong in the Warhammer fantasy world.
From Nagash, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll also talk about him. High Queen Khalida. She's all about poison. She's kind of neat. Snakes. Also, diplomatic relations plus 20 with Tomb Kings, so the other Tomb Kings like her.
Yeah.
And there's Arcan the Black. All the other Tomb Kings hate him because
oh, this guy.
There's a lot to say about Arcan. He's basically so Nagash was a necromancer who basically created the undead. The Tomb Kings hate him. Setra absolutely despises Nagash because he pretty much made them into what they are, but they are still not necessarily bound to Nagash like some other undead are. Arcan he's buddies with Nagash, so he's trying to resurrect him and bring him back. So that's why the other Tomb Kings hate Arcan.
One weird trick: Tomb Kings hate him.
Yeah, basically.
Oh my god.
So those are the factions in Total Warhammer 2. Then we've got the factions in Total Warhammer 1 for the Mortal Empires campaign. So we've got Emperor Karl Franz. Probably heard of him before. He's a pretty big name in Warhammer Fantasy. He's the Emperor. He rides a griffin. He's got a big hammer.
That's the guy.
That's the titular Warhammer.
Yeah. He also has the Book of Sigmar, who is basically if Conan became a god king.
Mm-hmm. He's pretty powerful. And we got Volkmar the Grim. He's a wizard.
Oh, that mustache combo.
Hope you all like the Holy Roman Empire, because they are going with all in with the demon.
I got Balthazar Gelt. He's basically like the head wizard of the Empire. I don't know.
His head.
He's also known as the Golden Wizard because he wears like a golden mask and stuff because he's all disfigured. I don't remember why, but I remember that is why he wears that mask. Bane reference. And we got Marcus Wolfhart. He starts in the jungle, far away from the Empire, because he's like on an expedition. So basically, you can only recruit certain units because you're out in the middle of nowhere on an expedition away from the Empire. So it's kind of a neat idea, but I've heard he's not really that fun to play.
Huh.
But we'll see.
Oh, I know. Guess who's next?
Thorgrim Grudgebearer.
It's the dwarves.
The dwarves are the dwarves. They are as dwarfy as you expect them to be.
So, fun fact, in this setting, dwarves are almost extinct because an earthquake, collapsed most of their big strongholds.
Mm-hmm.
And they could survive if it wasn't for the fact they insist on settling literally every little grudge they have.
Yep.
That giant book is the record of all the grudges they have.
It is the Book of Grudges, and yes, it is a game mechanic. Grudges are 100% a game mechanic. So basically, if you do something to piss off the dwarves, they will remember it pretty much forever.
And the fun thing is that when in the battles they have with you, they'll write down even more grudges.
Mm-hmm. So Thorgrim is the dwarf king. Then we've also got Grombrindal, who's the white dwarf. I don't know anything about him in lore, other than he looks very angry. Has a large axe.
Hell of a hairdo.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Dude's fucking face.
We got Belagar Ironhammer. I've played as him before. He's interesting because he has more. He suffers from a higher upkeep from his army until he takes Carrick 8 Peaks, which is a bit of a trek for him. But it's like a dwarven ancestral home that's like, under attack by greenskins and whatnot. Dwarfs are very, very sturdy. Their units are very expensive, but they do not rout easily. Pretty much everything is armored. They're just tiny little walls of men that are very fun to play as. They also have really good ranged units, surprisingly.
Interesting.
And the Slayer King, Ungrim Iron Fist.
Oh, the Slayers.
Yep. He starts with Slayers.
How do you guys feel about shirtless berserker dwarves?
I'm pretty in favor.
He's got a big axe.
Giant red mohawks.
In Vermintide, you can play as one, and he's amazing.
Yep. Ungrim Ironfist is the king of the Slayers.
Holy shit, this dude's fucking beard.
Moving on, we got Grimgor Ironhide. So, if you don't know, all the orcs in Warhammer have Cockney accents. And a lot of, like, slang, and they're ridiculous, but they're incredibly funny. Grimgor is kind of the general, like, quote-unquote king of the greenskins, but they're not really that organized. Azhag, the Slaughterer, just another big orc. Again, I don't know that much about them in lore.
I mean...
Skarsnik is a goblin who has a trusty squig sidekick. He can only recruit goblins at the start of the game until you take Carrick 8 Peaks, in which case then you can start recruiting actual like orc units.
When I was playing Fantasy, the official name of the Orcs faction was Orcs and Goblins.
Yeah.
He has a big hat.
He has a very big hat.
Yeah, this guy's up there on the rankings because of his hat and his squig.
And then we got Wurzag, the Great Green Prophet.
Ooh, look at the dance.
He's a shaman. He's dancing. His big thing is he gets access to savage orcs. Like right out of the bat.
Does that vampire count to see next?
Vampire counts are next, starting with Manfred von Karstein. He's kind of the most important vampire lord, but he's kind of boring, honestly.
Also, I'm pretty sure he's dead at this point.
Well, yes, all the vampires are dead.
Well, no, he actually, I think von Karstein, or it could be a different von Karstein, but I'm pretty sure.
Well, technically Vlad was dead. The timeline in this game, and specifically, is real weird.
Yeah.
So
I remember, I remember this because the vampire counts are weird. That specifically their main head honcho leader is canonically was, if I recall, some bishop was fighting him on a battlement, grabbed him, and then chucked a boat, then ran with him off the battlement and impaled both of them on some spikes below.
Yeah. And Helman Gorst, he's a necromancer.
Looks like it.
All units in his army receive poison attacks. Which is kind of neat.
Sure.
Then we got Vlad von Karstein. He's another vampire.
He looks like a zombie.
A little bit. He got resurrected too early, and so he's kind of messed up. Although that's entirely just this game. That's not actually how he's supposed to look in lore, apparently.
Huh.
Which is a little weird, but... And then he's got his lover, Isabella von Karstein.
Okay, yeah, Vlad is the guy who's dead.
Yeah, Vlad was definitely dead. Vlad and Isabella got raised during the end times, I think.
Put the drink down. Put the drink down.
No, she carries it. It's important. Vlad and Isabella actually get bonuses if they reinforce each other in battle. Because they're in love.
Our couple.
Yep. Heinrich Kemmler is another necromancer.
He doesn't appear to be a vampire.
He has a bib made of skin. And a snake hat.
Bird stick.
He's a little bit silly.
The bird stick.
Then we got Norska. With Wulfric the Wanderer. Norska are kind of like Chaos Light.
Right.
They are all Scandinavian style barbarians and stuff, but also they kind of serve the Chaos Gods under different names.
Fun fact, Chaos Gods, not good.
No, not good at all. So we got Wulfric and Throg, who's an ice troll.
Huh.
I know the only thing I know about Throg in lore is that he's something to do with his stomach is cursed and that he can never actually be full. So he just eats everything. And
horrible.
Everyone. That's Norska.
Hungry.
Then we got Bretonia,
champion of the lady.
Oh, Bretonia. Hope you guys like fantasy France.
Yep. Lewin Leoncoeur is the king of Bretonia. Just generally pretty good lord.
Hope you guys like inbred peasants and feudalism.
Yep. They have they got peasants, but they got really strong cavalry.
He has a stat that's called anti-large.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. Alberic de Bordelot, I don't know much about him, other than he's just another Bretonian lord. I like his hat, though. Bretonian knights are very colorful. I will say that right up front. I really like their aesthetic. Then we got the Fey Enchantress. So, the Bretonia is all based on, like, the Knights of the Round Table kind of lore. And so it's like, this is basically like the Lady of the Lake. And when Bretonians say Forza Lady, this is who they're talking about.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure she's actually a high elf who basically, like, kind of tricked all these humans into worshipping her.
Bretonians are pretty dumb.
It's true. Then, last but certainly not least, we've got Réponse de Lyonesse. She is a Bretonian knight who basically led an expedition into the desert because she hates undead that much that she's just like, I am going to kill all of them. And so she's got real bad diplomatic relations with all of the undead factions.
To murder them.
I've played a little bit of her campaign too. She's pretty fun just because it's very different from the rest of Bretonia. She's way down in the desert fighting Tomb Kings.
Interesting.
And there's Orion of the Wood Elves. I'm pretty much just gonna write off the Wood Elves because their units can be very powerful, but I've heard their campaign is like the worst in the game. I don't know why. It's awful. They start in just this tiny little forest and they never move. They never really do anything.
Yeah. They're one of those weird regional factions that they kind of like have to figure out. Like, it's kind of weird with some of these factions and like lore that they find reasons for why they're fighting each other.
Yeah.
Like 40k has this really bad with the Tau, where like they're like the only race that does not that does not use the warp, so they're like only stuck with like standard fast and light travel. Because in 40k, like the way you get around fast and light travel is you go through hell.
Yeah.
They can't do that, so like all the events in the galaxy have to happen in this one little tiny corner so the Tau can get involved.
Well, this guy seems neat.
I like Durthu because he's basically just an ant. He seems pretty powerful. Yeah, he's mad. But, yeah, unfortunately, the Wood Elves are just not a good faction to play as a campaign.
If you want a summary of the Wood Elves, just imagine Shrep telling people to get out of the swamp forever, and that's the Wood Elves.
Yeah. Then we got the Beastmen. They are all Horde factions.
So the Beastmen are also Chaos aligned.
Yep. Got
They basically live in the woods and eat people.
Yep.
Worship the dark gods of chaos.
Got Malagor, the Dark Omen.
Humans corrupted by chaos.
Yes. I like his design quite a bit.
Wings.
Yeah. And then there's Morgur, the Shadowgave. He's got a weird claw.
That's chaos.
That's chaos.
Worship chaos, get a crab arm.
And speaking of Horde armies, we've got Archaon the Everchosen.
Whoa.
He is basically the chosen champion of the four Chaos Gods. Kind of their de facto leader, but not really.
It's chaos.
It's
One
it's a
thing
little
about
weird.
chaos is the four chaos gods is they do not get along at all.
No. Archaon is basically the one who was like kind of got them onto the same page, and they were like, "Okay, it's this guy. He's going to be our champion," and he basically causes the end of the world.
All right.
Thumbs up. That's Archaon. Then we got Kolek Sun Eater. He is the leader of the Dragon Ogres. He's got a big hammer. He's actually like a centaur ogre kind of thing. It's kind of hard. It doesn't really show it from the little video clip, but he's got a long tail and long body. And then finally, we've got Prince Sigvald the Magnificent.
Why is he pretty?
Remember the guy I told you about who had the mirrors?
He is.
This is him.
He's kind of the champion of Slanesh, so he is so. Basically, he is the embodiment of being extremely pretty and beautiful on the outside and being basically the worst person in the world on the inside.
Yep.
The thing that sucks about Chaos in this game is that they kind of just suck in general.
Oh no.
They were added as kind of an afterthought in the original game.
An afterthought?
Yeah, it's weird. When Total War 3 comes out, a lot of people are suspecting that Chaos is going to get a big rework. Because people are kind of suspecting that the demons of Chaos are going to be their own faction.
Oh yeah,
So,
they'd split them off, I think.
yeah.
But,
Yeah, unfortunately, the Chaos in this game, actually playing as them, is not very good. They're another Horde faction, and they can be kind of difficult to do what they're supposed to do in war. They are a Horde faction, yeah.
Well, that's weird because if they split the Norsemen off, the main thing I know about Chaos from the tabletop RPG or the war game is that their signature units are these big hulking men cloaked in clad head to toe in iron.
Mm-hmm.
They're basically elite troops, all of them.
Shakes votes Squidface, and I don't disagree. Listen, Squidface is good, but also I want Nuke Rat so bad.
Nuke Rat is Claw is pretty good.
I kind of like the vampire pirate lady.
Oh, she
Celostra? Or the other one?
Not the other one.
Aranessa.
Look at her.
She's also very good.
She kicks.
She's very tiny on the battlefield. It's kind of funny.
So, is this just to show them off so we can think about them?
Yeah, basically, give you guys an idea of who we got to play with, and who.
Do you have a list of ones you'd be willing to play or want to play?
I mean, I haven't tried playing as Vampire Coast before. I've played a full campaign as the Tomb Kings, but I mean, I'm all right with playing it again because it's fun. I've never played as Skaven before, but again, I can. I'm pretty open to trying things out. So the only ones that I would say to lean away from are Wood Elves, Chaos, Beastmen to a lesser extent, and maybe the Empire too, just because they're a little boring.
I also kind of shouldn't play the Bretonnian Lady in the Desert.
Bretonnians are pretty good. They're a pretty well-rounded faction. They got lots of stuff.
She does some. I think I'll have a list.
Yeah, dwarves are also real fun to play because they're just, like I said, they're just tiny armored men who just never die.
If we do dwarves. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I'm debating between the Slann, the Slayer King, or the Bretonnian Lady, or maybe some pirate, or maybe some vampire pirate nonsense.
I would get behind a lizard army.
Yeah, Slann are great because they are the strongest magic casters in the game. Apparently, Chaos sucks ass, so the Lords of Change are bullshit.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but anyway. So that's what we got to look forward to. We will we'll get there next week. Like I said, next week I'll be having new stream graphics and new kind of stuff going that way, so it'll be a little different. Yes.
Do the Lizardmen have the Stegosaurus Death Laser?
I don't know if they have the laser. They do get the whatever they're called. I can't remember, but they do get the dinosaur units, like the pterodons and the Carnosaur, and which is basically a T-Rex. So they do get dinosaur units. I don't know if one of them is the laser version of it though. I wouldn't be surprised if they do, but I don't know offhand. I don't know their unit list that well.
They do get the ancient Syndicate on, but did they get the laser? I remember them having some sort of like magic thing they could put on top of the backs.
They probably do. I'm pretty sure they do have something like that. It's probably artillery.
All right, so yeah, you post a list and then put it in the chat, and we'll all like pick. I don't know how you want to arrange it, but maybe we like all pick like people were like all pick like 2 or 1 option we're interested in, then we have a big vote.
Yeah, we could do that. Kind of narrow it down over the next week and see where we end up. But in any event, that'll wrap us up for this week.
Boy, howdy.
Tune in tomorrow night for more 50 Shades of Grayscale with Action Shakespeare. And Thursday for some game jam.
Oh boy.
whatever it is that we're playing.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Also, if we ever fight the pretty boy Chaos guy, I'll probably spend a lot of time talking about his Warhammer 40k counterpart, because they went in the opposite direction with that guy.
There's a lot to talk about in the Warhammer universe. Yeah. We'll get there. But
fortunately, my expertise is the 40k universe. Goddamn.
For now.
Also, I don't know that much about the end times, because that was around the time I started leaving like the fandom for that game.
A lot of my knowledge basically comes only from end times, so.
Because like one thing that kind of like piss people off there is like the end times. They're just like the serious premise is like there's nothing but war eternal, and there's like chaos wins.
Yeah, a little bit.
Chaos wins.
Yeah,
and they also at that point in time they also like completely got rid of any semblance of caring about rules or balance. They said, yeah, you can just throw whatever units you want in from whatever armies with a combination.
Yeah, I've heard that like the Age of Sigmar rules were just clown shoes.
They were complete fucking nonsense, and I was already pissed off about like 7th edition.
From what I've heard, again, I don't know anything about it, but from what I've heard, the Age of Sigmar at this point has gotten a lot better than it was.
That sounds good, but I remember like I would piss me off and cause me to ultimately stop playing the game was Warhammer 40k 7th edition. Because they went in kind of a different direction with 6th edition with some things that I liked and some things that I despised. And then 7th edition, they just doubled down on everything I despised.
Sweet. So, but this game has nothing to do with Age of Sigmar. This is all pre-end-time stuff, but
complain about one thing that they really was really dumb. It used to be in 40k like there was 3 phases: movement, shooting, and assault, where you punched each other to death. In assault phase, you had to charge someone to begin the combat, and it used to be just be a 6-inch movement, but they changed it in 6th edition to be a rank to roll 2d6, and that's how far you can move. And you end up short, you're fucked.
Good old RNG.
Which doubly sucked because they also changed it so that you could shoot at charging enemies now. They just completely neutered melee combat in that edition, and they did not fix it in 7th.
Games Workshop has got a lot of issues.
They also cannot balance for shit.
Yeah, a little bit.
It felt like every other new rulebook, there would just be like a new game-breaking meta build where you just spam one unit.
This game also has some balance issues, but we can talk about that next week. For now, this has been a stream.
Yeah. Oh.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, folks. Are we still streaming?